race fans, and welcome once again to the Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim Racing Series. Here it is, Season 2. It's the playoffs round of 16, race number 2 at Kansas Speedway, presented by number 48 Stan Mayberry, coming to you live here on Rice Motorsports TV. Now, folks, I tell you, boy, the playoffs, they have started, and man, they have started with a bang. And but you'll see what I mean here in a minute. But before we get to that, let's give a shout out to our sponsors. That would be Sonic Graphic Design, Admin Box, Turn 2 Terribles, and Buster's Corner. And our broadcast sponsor, SRM Design, the official paint shop of Rice Motorsports TV. Now, folks, I tell you, these boys, they came to race here in these playoffs. They are not playing around. Let's take a look at the driver standings. You'll see what I mean. Ken Baum Jr., he's leading the field off in the playoffs. Kevin Click only 6 points behind. Tyler Ashley right there third. William Brown fourth. Chris Lynn fifth. How about this three-way tie here? Bill Hales, he was on the bubble last week. He did not stay there long, did he? He up 6 positions into a three-way tie with Jimmy Barr and Kyler McCarthy. And they're all only 21 points out of first place there. And then we have in the technically 9th position, Lucas Nilges. He's right where he was last week. Jaden Robert Bingaman, he was in the drop zone, moved up 4 positions. Right now, he's safe for the moment. Carson Pittman remains where he was last week. Matthew Fitz is now your driver on the bubble, and he'll have to battle with Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon had some bad luck last week, lost 5 positions down in that drop zone. David Smeal, Stan Mayberry, and Don DeGroot will be fighting to get that transfer spot from Matthew Fitz. And then moving over, I apologize for last week. I don't know where I got that graphic from. It was showing the results, I think, from the individual race for the teams, not the overall points. And so now we have the correct points up here. This is where the teams are as we move into the playoffs here. Turn 2 Terribles there. They're leading by 25 points, almost 26 there, ahead of Nitro up and Smoke third. Mopar Motorsports is fourth. Mayberry Motorsports, I do believe Stan is a one-man team. He's hanging in there in that 5th position. He's like 1.5 points ahead of Glitter Kitty Racing, and but he's hanging in there. Team Sparkle Unicorn, they moved up to 7th. Posse Racing down to 8th, and Ryan Broderick Racing and River Region remain unchanged. And looking at the clock here, we're up 30 seconds before we get into qualifying. Let's take a look at the race info tonight. And it's race number 2. And it's 66-degree air. Boy, it's a little cool out there tonight. 66-degree air temperature. The winds are only at 2 miles an hour. Track temperature 81 degrees at this 1.5-mile facility. And I tell you, as always, thank you for joining us here on Rice Motorsports TV. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Click that notification bell so you know every time we go live. And so they're getting ready to roll on into qualifying, and we might checkered flag is out, so they'll have their qualifying session. And we'll hang in here for a little bit and watch a couple of the guys go around, see who goes out first here. Server has transferred over to qualifying. It's 120 laps tonight, actually. I think it said 100 on the graphic. It's 120 laps there. Now let's see who's going to come out first here. And see some folks entering pit road. Let's see. Somebody's got to go first. And folks are coming in. Who is that? There he is. Okay, there's David Smeal Jr. making his way out. I think he's one of the first guys. There may be some other guys on track. It didn't show them going out. Okay, these guys are already out there. William Brown, he's out there already. Let's see. I think I may have to check that graphic too. Let's see here. Coming around now, let's see if this is his first time lap as he comes down to the stripe here. And does that put a time on the board? Yes, it does. P4 at the moment. Oh, he just got bumped to 5th. He's falling down the order there. Who's up at the top at the moment is Kevin Click, a provisional poll of 30.371. Ken Baum Jr., surprise, surprise, right there behind him. No surprise at all, really. Jeremy Zarfos currently P3 with that 30.481. Then we have where the positions are changing quick. Dylan Hastings in the 4th position. Boy, he was really racy last week and currently in the 5th spot. And let's see, there's Tyler Isley. Had a good run as well, fighting his way through the playoffs. Currently 5th quickest right now with a 30.413. Looks like he's done there. So got a couple of guys. We don't have a whole lot of time. We only have the 5 minutes. So we're going to take a moment. We're going to hear from our sponsors, and we're going to go straight into our national anthem afterwards. So hang on, and we'll be right back. You're watching the Full Throttle Next Gen Sim Racing Series here on Rice Motorsports TV.
How are you doing tonight, man?
Hey, I'm talking here. You know who you're talking to? Macho Man! My way to Monday Night Raw.
Terribles, Port Royal Speedway. We've got Devin Board with us.
Keen Motorsports Shop here with Kyle Keen.
Sitting here with Sean Keen. We're going to talk a little bit about racing history.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
Okay, folks, we're back here for the round of 16 race number 2 here at Kansas Speedway. The guys are coming out onto pit road as they make their way out. Let's go ahead and take a look at that starting grid. Boy, on the pole, Robbie Bice leading them to the green flag. Jeremy Zarfos in that second position. Then we have Kevin Click third, Briggs Swope fourth. Fifth is Stan Mayberry. Sixth is Nick Cannon. Seventh, Dylan Hastings. Eighth, Jaden Bingaman. Ninth is David Salter. Then we have Brian Pressler rounding out the top 10. And then 11th is David Smil Jr. with Jimmy Barr in the 12th position. 13th position is Ken Baum Jr. Ken starting well back in the order here now. Tyler Isley starting 14th. Don DeGroot 15th. Ryan Broderick 16th. 17th is Ryan Sword. Lucas Nilgis in the 18th position. 19th is Chris Lynn. Then we have Colin McCarthy, 20th. 21st is Matthew Fitz. 22nd, Michael Zuver. William Brown, 23rd. And Carl Fitz starting shotgun on the field in the 24th position. Making their way around now. Getting ready for 120 laps of action here at Kansas. Pace car down on pit road. We got a green flag and we are racing here at Kansas. Robbie Bice leading them down to turn 1. Boy, he's got Jeremy Zarfos on the high side there. Kevin Click, I'm sorry, who is that? Briggs Swope and Kevin Click down there. And boy, look at Jeremy Zarfos shooting ahead of the 28 right into the lead. He's going to try to lead lap number 1 here. Got a good chance there so far. He's coming around, complete lap number 1, and it will be Jeremy Zarfos that leads the first lap. Uh-oh, we got us a caution. And let's see. Oh, there's I think I saw the number 12 there. Jimmy Barr, the 5 there. Ryan Broderick, he's involved. Barr, he's moving there. 17, Tyler Isley. David Salter. I see some smoke coming from the back of that. He's the number 88, but he's got a nice looking 911 paint scheme on the car here tonight. Oh man, a lot of damage there on the number 88. Oh my goodness. And the way that left front, or that right front I should say, is knocked in, he is going to be on pit road for a good little while. Such a shame there for the number 88, David Salter. Wanted to see that paint scheme out there a lot longer. Well, they're right at the start of the race. No, they don't have fast repair, so they'll be able to get in there. Tyler Isley coming in right behind. Look at his right front tire as well. Wow, it is not. It is the exact same damage as the number 88 there. And boy, I tell you, that is going to take a while to fix. And so far, I think it's just the 2 of them on pit road here. Let's see. Let me see if I can scroll back and try to see if I can see what happened to bring out that caution. And let's go back. Let's go back here with David. See if we can figure out what happened there. And we'll roll it slow motion here now. Where is Salter at? He's down on the inside there. Tyler Isley, the 17 car, they're right there. Looks like they're going to come together, and they just kiss just a little bit. Oh, and the 88 gets they get sideways, and they both go hard into that outside wall. They collect the 12 there. Jimmy Barr, he collects a couple of other folks. Don DeGroot there, and you can see the 5 car gets collected. And it looks like everybody else was going to get on by from the looks of it here. But, man, I tell you, definitely not the way those guys were expecting the race to get underway here tonight. Heavy damage there. There's Broderick on his way out already. Doesn't look like he has much damage at all, to tell you the truth there. So he is on his way back out. And let's see, it is Robbie Bice did, okay. I thought, let me see, did somebody pit there? Jeremy Zarfos, he did pit. So Robbie Bice, your pole sitter, moves back to the front once again. Let's see, and the lights are out on the pace car, so it'll be lap 6 on the restart here after caution number 1. I see all the drivers, the ones with the highlighted numbers in red. Those are the guys in the drop zone. The guys in green are safe at the moment. And of course, let's see, wait a minute. Is Matthew Fitz out there tonight? Oh, there he is. Okay, down in 17th position. Yeah, and he's highlighted in yellow there. And so he's the driver that you want to keep an eye on as well. As they're making their way around now. Coming out of turn 4. Pace car down on pit road. Here we go again, folks. Hang on. The restart number 1. Got a green flag. Racing has resumed. This time, Robbie Bice, he gets a good start there. Brick Swope right there in that second position. Nick Cannon got some work to do there. We saw he's got knocked down into the drop zone there. Currently in that 4th position. And right now, that would be good for him to get there and maybe stay there if he can, or get even higher, get himself out of that drop zone. Got a long ways to go, though, to get there. How about that 57 Briggs Swope in the 2nd position? He's not in the playoffs, but, man, he came to race challenging for that lead. Ready to go door to door with the pole sitter Robbie Bice. Here comes Nick Cannon down on the inside. He stays behind the 28 here at the moment as they race down the backstretch. It's a trio of cars going in. Oh, and he gets really close there, almost grabbing the wall there just a little bit. And he managed to hold on. They've separated themselves from the field just a little bit. Robbie Bice remains in the lead. Nick Cannon now down on the inside. I think he's going to try to make a move on the 28, see if he can get under him to grab that lead away. Getting up to the front and trying to stay there. That would be one of the best things for him. Who was that? That was Zarfos. And he must have been on pit road again. And now Robbie Bice continues to lead. He fights off the number 8, Jaden Bingham, and he's back in the 4th position. He's actually, now he's our only webcam driver that I see hooked up tonight. And we got Jaden running there, currently in that 4th position. Trying to hunt down those top 3. And he's got a few car lengths between him and the number 1 there, Dylan Hastings, who's in the 5th spot. Bice continues to lead just barely. Him and Nick Cannon are really going at it. He's got a little bit of breathing room, just a little bit, maybe a car length or so. Teammate had some problems early, still on pit road along with the 17 of Tyler Isley. Isley, he was up in the standings pretty good there. Boy, this is going to hurt. The same way Nick Cannon, you see how quickly your fortunes can change. Nick Cannon, he lost 5 spots. He was well up in the safe zone, and he found himself quickly down in the drop zone. Oh, no, and he's blinked on us there a little bit. Look a little further back. There's Kevin Click and Ken Baum Jr. You almost expect to see them up at the front, but right now they're running. Click's there in the 7th position. Ken Baum Jr. right in front of him in that 6th position, leading that whole field of cars right there. Trying to catch that's Jaden Bingham in the front of Ken Baum Jr. there. A little further back, David Smil Jr. in between Kevin Click and Lucas Nilgis. He's one of the guys in the drop zone trying to rectify that situation here tonight at Kansas. Smil just noses ahead of Click as they head down to turn 1. Man, this is a tight pack of cars back here. There's Colin McCarthy in the 10th position. And the 42 there. Got to be careful. That's Jeremy Zarfos. He's not on the lead lap. He's right there at the 48. Stan Mayberry. Mayberry also in the drop zone at the moment. Got to work his way back up to the front. And meanwhile, up at the front, we have a new leader. That would be Nick Cannon. Finally got ahead of the 28 there, Robbie Bice. Briggs Swope, he's not giving up either. He's taking another crack up there, trying to see if he can get up to the lead there. Ahead of the 28 now. Brigg having a good run here. He's running very well, actually. Now, I wonder if he ran a lot of races this season or missed a lot of races, and maybe that's the reason he's not in the playoffs, because he definitely has the pace to be up there at the front. And so good to see him up there battling for the lead. Possibly a win later on, you never know. Going side by side with the number 8 there, heading down to turn 3. He got his nose ahead and coming to the line. Oh boy, he made sure he blocked them off there. That he will get credit for leading that lap. Rick Swope is your leader, and you know, I think he's ready to say, you know what, I got this. He's ready to get gone, folks. Man, look, he's already opened up 2-3 car length between him and Nick Cannon. He is not playing around. There's the rest of the field, man. Look at this gaggle of cars back here. Colin McCarthy. There's Michael Zuver in the 96 machine. Stan Mayberry, the 48. A little further back there, Ryan Sword in the 94 car. Right in the thick of it there. There's Chris Lynn right in front of him in the 15th spot. Position he's battling for at the moment. You know, Kansas is one of those tracks you definitely have plenty of room to run. Good 3 grooves there, nice wide track. Let's look a little further back. There's Brody Green in the 20th position. And just ahead of him is William Brown. He's trying to run down the 61 Don DeGroot. And there's Matthew Fitz, the guy that's on the bubble at the moment. He's down in that 17th position. And he is ahead of 2 or 3 guys that are in the safe zone at the moment. So, yeah, that's going to help. It's not where they finish overall in the race, but where they finish relative to each other that matters, you know, as far as the championship points they get for the playoffs here. So right now, let's see, Fitz, he's got Chris Lynn, Brown, and Hales. Bill Hales back in the 20th position. Now, he had just gotten out of the bubble there. He was on the bubble, like I said, at the start of the show there. And but now he's back in that 20th spot. Now, he still has a couple of guys behind him, Jimmy Barr, Tyler Isley. Isley still on pit road. Back up at the front, the lead has changed once again. Nick Cannon. And oh my goodness, look who's on the move here. Somebody's blinking quite a bit. I think it might be Ken Baum Jr. He was right up there. Now he's getting past. Looks there. There's the one there, Hastings, Robbie Bice. Hope he's not having any serious connection issues. Boy, and the 57 and the 1, they're not in the playoffs, but I tell you, they're racing like they think they should be. I mean, they're giving those playoff guys a run for their money here. And that still makes a difference, even though the playoff guys, you know, it's based on where they finish relative to each other. Still, if you're up in the top 10, oh, that was Briggs Swope. A heck of a save there. Everybody reacted very quickly, and everybody, man, it's sorry if I scared somebody out there. Sorry, the race fans. I saw him give a little wiggle, and everybody kind of parted like, oh no, we're still racing now. So good save there by Briggs Swope. He managed to hold on there. Lucas Snell just now working his way up in the top 10, chasing down the 28 there, Robbie Bice. Kevin Click, and he's kind of gotten separated from David Smil Jr. Smil's is up, not David Smil, but Ken Baum Jr. Ken Baum Jr. is up in that second spot. Click still back in 7th. And he was only, I think, what was he, 7 points or something like that behind Ken Baum Jr. Want to try to get up there as much as possible. Oh, we got us a caution, and I see Bingaman. Looks like he had a little spin there, and was it Jimmy Barr? He might have been involved. Oh yeah, I see some damage on the front. The front of that number 12 is knocked in just a little bit there, and we'll go back. Let me go and see if I can, we'll roll the tape back and see if we can see what happened here. And we'll just roll a slow motion. And there's a 26, Jaden Bingaman. And is something happening in front of him? Oh, not that I see, and I don't see anything there. It looks like he's okay at the moment. Oh, it got away. It looks like it's about to get away from him. And he's trying to correct it. Oh, and the 42 got up, slid up into him, and he kind of saved it a little bit, but then the 42 like, nah, we're just going to go on around. And oh, Matthew Fitz, and boy, he almost got taken out there, and I just did scoot by the rear of the 42. Bingaman actually didn't. I don't think he hit anything. He just locked him down. So a close call there for Jaden Bingaman, but it looks like he came out okay. Jimmy Barr, I didn't see what happened to Jimmy. He obviously collided with somebody. A lot of action down on pit road here. At Cannon, he's already off of pit road. He won the battle off of pit road. So he will regain the lead once again as we go racing once more. Ken Baum Jr. restart in that second position, working his way up to the front. And like I've said many times before, how many times have we seen those two, him and Nick Cannon, battling for the lead and the win? Dylan Hastings, he just may be there when the checkered flag drops. David Smil Jr. up in that fourth position, him and Nick Cannon in the drop zone. Good to see him up there. Inside the top 10 there. He'll need those positions ahead of the other playoff contenders. Carson Pittman also, now he's in the 9th spot. Stan Mayberry right there, he rounds out the top 10 at the moment, so he's helping his cause. If you look at all the guys that are in the drop zone, they're fairly dispersed through the top 15 there quite nicely. One is leading the race. So, and like I said at the beginning, man, it is so close, folks. Every week this thing could just, turn on its ear. You're not going to know who's going to be where. You have to tune in every week to find out, who's going to make it. They'll have one more race to go in the round of 16 to see who makes it to the round of 12. And I got the feeling they're going to be battling right down to the very end. Carl Fitz, he's making his way off of pit road. Tyler Isley involved in that lap 1 caution, getting back out on back into the race. That only leaves David Salter. Both of them had significant damage. The Salter, he's still on pit road, but you know his car is getting together. They've been doing a lot of work on it. It's close. They should be able to. He's obviously several laps down now, but should be able to hopefully get out here before too long. His teammate Robbie Bice right there in the fourth position. Lights are out on the pace car, so it'll be lap 28 on the restart. And nobody else to see. Ryan Broderick, he's on pit road. And did he just come in to get some fuel, or he's still in the car there? Who was that just went by? I couldn't see who that was. Unless he's got some kind of penalty, because he's just sitting there, Brody Green, on his way back out. So that just leaves Broderick. He still remains on pit road with David Salter as Nick Cannon and company make their way down the backstretch heading into turn 3. But you know he's going to have his hands full with Ken Baum Jr., Robbie Bice, Dylan Hastings are right there, Lucas Nilges, and Kevin Click. Oh, Click is getting up in there as well, folks. Lucas Nilges, Michael Zuber, these boys ready to go racing here.
Green, green, green.
Green flag and racing once again. Lap 28 of 120. They got a good start there. Dylan Hastings getting ahead of Ken Baum Jr. Boy, Ken Baum Jr. got a nice launch off of turn 2 there. He just rockets past the number 1. Boy, I tell you, he's coming with a full head of steam past Nick Cannon. Trying to seal the deal here as they come out of turn 4. Not just yet, says Nick Cannon. I'm going to try to lead at least one more lap here. Dylan Hastings may have something to say about it too. Ken Baum Jr. down on that inside. Robbie Bice up on the high side. Kevin Click down below him. Lucas Nilges watching all of them, sticking right close to that top 5, I should say. You know what? I'm gonna just kind of ride along here for a moment. Boy, you guys out there at TV land, YouTube land, grab that remote, grab that Vine, crank it on up here. Let's hear these cars roar out here. Lucas Nilges now in that 3rd position. Oh, and he just tapped the wall. You just saw him scrape the wall there just a little bit. Looks like he was able to maintain his momentum. Boy, Michael Zuber. Oh, look at them. Michael Zuber. There's Hastings. I was about to say, boy, they were really close there, nose to tail. I think these guys are drafting up on each other rather well. While they're doing that, you know who, Ken Baum Jr. has gotten to the front 0.4 of a second ahead of Kevin Click. They're 1-2 again, the 2 points leaders in the playoffs, followed by the number 21 there, Lucas Nilges. Michael Zuber on the outside trying to make a move. He's not in the playoffs, but boy, up there trying to get a win. Every race is a good opportunity to win. Having a good run here at Kansas so far tonight. As he moves, he just about got that 3rd spot there. Looks like he'll hold on to it for the moment. Might be trying to get a run on Kevin Click. as they squeeze down the backstretch. And he moves into the second position. Michael Zuber on a roll, trying to run down the number 2 Ken Baum Jr. Meanwhile, further back in the pack, there's William Brown, one of the playoff contenders. Matthew Fitz right there below him, the guy that's on the bubble. They're now, Brown is just outside the top 10, running 11th at the moment. He's chasing Kyler McCarthy, who is in that 10th spot. Matthew Fitz, we saw Fitz back there in the 12th position. The majority of the guys that are in the safe zone are ahead of him. Looks like 4 are not, so that's still not bad. That would help him a little bit. David Smil Jr. Ahead of Matthew Fitz, who is on the bubble. Smil Jr. is down in the drop zone. That would help his case to get up into the safe zone. Stan Mayberry having a good race, running in that 8th position, doing what he needs to do to try to get himself out of that drop zone. Mayberry, our race sponsor tonight. Now 37 laps in the books of 120. Putting in a solid performance here tonight at Kansas. A little further back, there's Bill Hales. He was on the bubble, moved himself up into a 3-way tie for 6th position. Just behind the number 9 there, William Brown. So as far as the guys that are in the back there that are in the playoffs, there's the 12 there, Jimmy Barr, in the 20th position. Now he's still ahead. Now, Nick Cannon has fallen all the way back to the 21st spot. And he's got Jaden Bingaman right behind him. Cannon is in the drop zone. Bingaman right now is in the safe zone, but he's not going to stay that way because all the guys that are in the drop zone right now are ahead of him. And we have to go back and look and see exactly where he is points-wise in the safe zone, how far up in the safe zone he is. He might get bumped if he doesn't move up a little further. We got some... See, Broderick is down on pit road. He's still on pit road. Him and David Salter remain on pit road. So we know why Salter is there. Not sure why Broderick is there. I mean, he could be serving some sort of penalty. You never know. He might have, I don't know. But unfortunately, he's spending more time on pit road than he would want to be for sure. And now we have another new leader, folks. Michael Zuber has moved ahead of Ken Baum Jr. And let's see. Let's go back and take a look, see how he made that happen there. And here they are crossing the stripe, heading down to turn 1. And he definitely got under Ken Baum Jr. Lincoln a bit, but got a nice run through 1 and 2 there. And just made it look quite easy. So that's how Michael Zuber got the lead. Right now, he's still holding on to it. 2/10 ahead of, it was Ken Baum Jr. Now it's Carson Pittman now in that 2nd position. Now, you know Carson is strong, too. We've seen him have some strong runs. Oval tracks, road course, it doesn't matter. Carson Pittman, you get him on a track he likes or that he just, he does well on, you will see him moving to the front. Boy, he's getting ready to make a move here on the number 96, I think. And Carson Pittman looks like he's trying to grab that lead position. Ken Baum Jr. is right there. They've got, there's Broderick, finally got off of pit road. He's several laps down, so they'll be dealing with getting past the 5 car and trying to battle for the lead at the same time. Lucas Neal just still kind of laying back there, watching what's unfolding in front of him. Is it me or did it get cloudy? I thought it was sunnier earlier when the race started. There's some clouds forming now, I think. That could cool the track down a little bit. Boy, they're 3 wide as they Head down to turn one. That quickly breaks up, though. Lucas Nilders comes out in the third position. Pittman still your leader with Ken Baum Jr. Clicks a little further back. Chris Lynn in that sixth position. Him and Robbie Bice duking it out there. Dylan Hastings right behind them. Colin McCarthy now in that ninth spot. And as the race progresses, you're starting to see a lot of the guys that are in the playoffs, you know, they're all kind of migrating to the top of the field, especially the ones that are in the safe zone at the moment. And some of those guys that are in the drop zone, they're still fighting hard. David Smill Jr., Stan Mayberry in the 48 there. They're both giving them a good run for their money and doing everything they can. They have this race and one more race to try to see if they can get themselves into that transfer zone. Matthew Fitz looking for a way past Stan Mayberry. Dylan Hastings up on that high side. Trying to squeeze on past the 48. Is he going to get him? I think he will. Put Matthew Fitz up to that 11th position. All these guys here really duking it out. Colin McCarthy up ahead of them there just a little bit in that 8th spot. Meanwhile, up the front there, Carson Pittman now in the 2nd position. Ken Baum's got the lead once again. Lucas Nilders, he seems happy to just, you know what, I'm right here. I'm gonna stick right in here. This is a good place to be right now as they start lap number 48. Now Ryan Broderick, he's not, that's not a battle for position there. Michael Zuver is in that 4th spot. They're starting to space out here just a little bit. Carson Pittman, he's trying to hang on to Ken Baum Jr., but that gap is starting to open just a little bit now. 0.3 of a second. And Baum Jr.'s got his second head of steam here now and trying to get this thing cranked up, get into a good rhythm. You work your way through that traffic, and then you can focus on running your line, the entry points and, you know, exits that you want to take lap after lap. Always helps to have a nice clear track in front of you. No distractions. He's favoring that high line there. Turns 1 and 2, keeping that momentum up. Now, your last pitted on lap 24, so we're at lap 50 now already. So it could be a thing now where they may be dealing with some tire management, trying to keep these tires alive and fresh. Matthew Fitz, guy on the bubble in that 9th position. The guy that was on the bubble there, Bill Hales, now in the 14th spot. Hasn't really caught anybody. He's right behind Briggs Swope, who was having some nice battles up at the front at the start of the race. Now, and who knows, it could be. Now, he did pit on 24 like everybody else on one of those cautions. But, you know, just, who knows, his tires may be fading just a little bit. Because right now he's lost 9 spots from where he was when he started the race, so could be you know, like it is sometimes a game of longevity here. Ryan Sword, 18th position. William Brown all the way back in the 19th spot. And he's just ahead of now he's got Nick Cannon right there behind him, who's already in the drop zone. Jimmy Barr had some damage. He's 21st position. Is he on the lead lap though? Let's look at the thing, scroll here. And yeah, he's on the lead lap. Bingaman is the last car on the lead lap. Jade Bingaman in the 22nd position. but they're a good distance away from the leader. So right now they're not in any danger of going a lap down. They're almost exactly a half a lap behind your leader, Ken Baum Jr., as he starts lap number 54. So now things look like they're rolling along quite nicely here. And while they're doing so, we'll go ahead and take a quick break, and we will be right back. You're watching the Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim Racing Series. It's the round of 16, race number 2, coming to you live here on Rice Motorsports TV. Okay, folks, we're back here, lap 57, riding along there, Ryan Sword, 17th position. Leader Ken Baum Jr., he has a 0.7 of a second lead over Carson Pittman. That's Jeremy Zarfos. I believe that's, wait a minute, who was that right behind Ken Baum Jr.? Oh, that was Ryan Broderick, my bad, okay. Looks like Broderick trying to unlap himself, get one of his laps back. He's got several laps down. He's showing 22 laps down, so he was 23. He got one back, got those fresh tires. So that's probably why Ken Baum Jr. no need to battle the 5 there. He's got Carson Pittman, a nice controlled gap between him and the 4 car. It was like 0.7, now 0.4. Lucas Nilsson still hanging on in that 3rd position. Boy, Lucas really has a knack for getting up inside that top 5, top 6, top 7, and just really just planting himself right there. He's just very, very consistent. Always expect to see the 21 getting himself up in there right when he needs to. Michael Zuber a little bit further back, trying to stay ahead of Kevin Click. Click currently 2nd in the playoff standings. Back in that 6th position, he's got a few folks ahead of him. Carson Pittman, Lucas Nilsson, who are already in the safe zone. That could move him down the order a little bit, because I think he was only 7 points behind Ken Baum Jr. Further on back in the order here, these guys continue to duke it out there. Chris Lynn battling with Colin McCarthy. There's Bill Hales now in that 11th position. Hales trying to hold on and keep himself as far away from that being on the bubble or in the drop zone as possible. Had a nice run last week, trying to keep that momentum going. There's another group of guys battling back here. See Don DeGroot in front of these two. He's leading Stan Mayberry there and Brian Pressler. Pressler trying to stay ahead of the 48 machine. Currently 14th position. William Brown, I've said in previous races, even before the playoffs, Brown's consistency has been growing and growing and growing, and probably not having the consistency that he wants tonight, and just not getting the most out of that number 9 machine at the moment, back in the 20th position. And boy, I tell you, he really has some ground to make up. He's like, you see on the track map, he's almost exactly a half a lap behind the leader. So just not feeling the pace here right now here at Kansas. Oh, and it just got into the wall pretty significantly there. That wasn't just a little tap. The handling could be going away from that car just a little bit. Jimmy Barr a little bit further back in the 22nd position. Further back on up the front there, there's Robbie Bice. Bice running in that 9th spot. Colin McCarthy right there trying to get it from him. Uh-oh, we got us a caution, and I don't see anything. What caused the caution? Interesting. I don't see any indications of anyone crashing. Looks like everybody's still rolling along, so I don't have an answer. What happened to Briggs Smoke? Oh, no. Did he, uh-oh. I think it might have been William Brown, folks, and his connection isn't doing too good either. He's on pit road. Oh, look at the damage there on the number 9. Let's go back and see. He's towing back. He jumped to the pits, which means he's towing back, so that's going to take him a few minutes to get back there. Let's see if we can see what happened here. Now, the damage had already happened there. Let's go back. Let's go back a lap here, and he's racing along. And you know what? Oh, and it just lost it. Oh, wow. That was quick. Let's see. Let's look at that at regular speed here. Here he's coming down to the stripe there, and oh, wow. That car just turned right into the wall, engine blown. Oh, my goodness. And not sounding. I think, like I said, he was still under power. Well, yeah. I think the engine might have actually died on him, and that's when he jumped to the pits there. Tough luck there for William Brown. And that obviously is going to hurt him in the points. Everybody else on pit road, Robbie Bice, current leader, tires and fuel for the number 28. He's losing some spots, though, now as he exits pit road. Your pole setter there. Looks like he'll exit in the 8th position ahead of Colin McCarthy. Let's see, where is Robbie at? Let's see, let's grab him real quick here. Hey, Robbie, Tony in the booth, you got a copy.
Hey, man, what's going on?
Man, how's the race going out there tonight, man? You've been getting chances to get up there at the front there.
Yeah, I've been, I got a little loose at the end there, so a little tight, excuse me, so had to make an adjustment, but the car's pretty good. Just trying to save some tires. You can burn them up pretty quickly here.
10-4, this is definitely a tire track, huh?
I mean, for me it is. You can mash it and go fast, and then 18 laps in, your tires are gone, and you're burned up, so I have to try to pace myself. But yeah, it's a fun race. I like it. It's one of my favorite tracks.
10-4, buddy. I'll put you back down in the channel. Good luck. Talk to you later.
Thanks, man.
Robbie Bice, he'll be restarting in that 8th position. Ken Baum Jr. at the point. Carson Pittman right behind him, starting a 2nd spot. He'll be on the outside. Lucas Neal just right where he was running before, restarting 3rd. David Smil Jr. having a great race. Both him and Michael Zuber. Zuber's not in the playoffs, but yeah, they're both having great races, starting up there in the top 5. They're good to see them up there. Matthew Fitz, he's on the bubble. He is in a good position right now, folks. Restarting in the 6th position. We're lap 67. We're just past the halfway point of the race, And so, yeah. This is a good place to restart, and everybody's got the fresh tires. And maybe he can keep pace with these guys here. We'll see what happens. They're coming around. I think the pace car is getting ready to head down on the... No, they're going to have one more lap of one more lap of caution. Let's look a little further back on the restart. There's Colin McCarthy. I think he'll be restarting 9th. either ninth or 10th. I think they're getting their position sorted out. I just saw Kevin Click move to the outside. So I guess they're getting themselves sorted out. Got some folks coming down on pit road. Brody Green. Now this could be a strategy thing. They're coming down and topping off the tank. Both him and Jimmy Barr. Long pit road. But they should have time. They'll get down. Is he already on his way out? Yeah, Barr is, yeah, they're both on their way out. It's showing him coming in, but he's actually on his way out. And don't forget, we do have live timing and scoring in the link in the description of the broadcast, and it gives you all kinds of cool information. You can keep track of your favorite driver, look at pit stop times and lap times and whatnot, and compare him to other drivers. Nice little feature here, the SDK software. Making their way through turns 3 and 4. And Baum's ready to go to work. Carson Pittman right there. Michael Zuber, David Smil Jr., Dylan Hastings, your top 5. Pace car in, waiting for the green flag. Green flag racing has resumed. And Baum, whoever's been in the lead, always seems to get a pretty good start or jump on the field, at least a couple of car lengths, and we'll see if he can hang on. Boy, they're battling here. David Smil Jr. and Michael Zuber, they're both hungry for some points here. Smil, he's in the playoffs. He needs those positions. Michael Zuber, Dylan Hastings, man, they ain't got nothing to lose. They just here to race. They're throwing everything but the kitchen sink at it. Ken Baum Jr. off to a nice restart there, 3/10 ahead of Carson Pittman. Oh, there's the 24 there. Colin McCarthy. Here comes Kevin Click down on that inside there. It looks like Dylan Hastings will be able to hold him off from what I can see there. No room for him to pass on the high side. And now it just looks like he's just kind of losing. He's not close enough to try to get a run on Hastings at all. So that's good for Dylan Hastings there. Ken Baum Jr. opened up to both him and Carson Pittman starting to separate themselves from the field just a little bit. Michael Zuber fighting hard to stay ahead of David Smil Jr. Hastings right there. A little further on back in the order. There's Matthew Fitz in that 8th position. Fighting hard for every point he can get. Robbie Bice in that 9th position. Stan Mayberry, he rounds out your top 10. Look at the gap between the top 10 and the rest of the field. Wow, they've really separated themselves this time from the rest of the pack for sure. 11th position, Bill Hales. Battling with the 61 Don DeGroot there. That's a nice battle there for 11th spot. Don DeGroot trying to, oh, it looks like he's going to make a move there, try to get past. And he does pull off the pass ahead of Bill Hales. And a lot of racing right behind them. Nick Cannon, boy, I tell you. Nick had a bad week last week. He really needs to try to step it up if he can and make his way back up that order. In that 14th position right now, you can see where he is in relation to, now he does have, you see there are several drivers in the, that are right now in the safe zone that he is ahead of them. Jaden Bingham and Chris Lynn, they're right there behind him. Of course, we have Jimmy Barr, who's a little bit further back. Lucas Nilgis. What happened? Oh, there he is. Okay, Lucas Nilgis is on the, now what happened to Lucas? I thought he restarted. Okay, I'm seeing things. I thought he restarted 3rd. He's in 23rd position. Okay, I missed something there. Unless on that pit stop, because he pitted on lap 68, and all your leaders pitted on 65, so he came in 3 laps later. He's probably lucky that I don't know what happened there, unless he had to do a drive-through or something. He's right now barely on the lead lap. That's such a shame for Lucas Nilgis, because he's always been very strong. Stan Mayberry, now like he was there rounding out the top 10. He's still there rounding out the top 10. You can see the leader up there, just a few cars between him and the leader. And that's what 1.6 seconds, or might as well say 1.7, looks like. That's how many cars we can fit in between you and the leader in 1.7 seconds. Dylan Hastings, like we heard Robbie Weiss say, this place can be a tire killer. So if you're good at going fast and managing your tires, yeah, this will be a track for you to excel at. Pittman now lost that second position. Michael Zuver now in the second spot, trying to see if he can run down the number 2 there, Ken Baum Jr. And you may be able to run him down, but if you abuse those tires too much, are you going to end up paying for it later on in the run if it goes for a very long green flag run here? And who knows, some of these guys, they probably have it worked out knowing, well, even if I was to push super hard, I know I can get X number of laps out of these tires before they fall off the cliff or so. But right now, really not I don't think anybody's trying to just push anything to the max and like leave nothing on the table kind of push. There's still some tire management to be done as we start lap 80 of 120. 40 laps remaining. Well, I tell you, it'll be over before you can say boo, too. So we're keeping pace with the number 2 there, Ken Baum Jr. As you look back through the field, there's Bingaman in the 14th position now. But all the cars that are in the drop zone are ahead of him. Nick Cannon right directly in front of him. I don't know if Nick Cannon might move down the order here. Bingaman trying to get a run on it. He's got a nose ahead, and he does move ahead now into that 13th position. Jaden Bingaman racing hard here, trying to keep that spot. Now he's got to keep Bill Hales back there. Cannon did get ahead of him once again, but he's trying to keep as many cars behind him, that's for sure. Curtis Green having a nice quiet race in the 18th position. He's actually 9 spots higher than when he started the race. So good night there for the number 91. Let's look back up towards the front here. They're nose to tail here at the moment. Colin McCarthy trying to catch Matthew Fitz. Currently in that P7 position. Nice gap between them and Kevin Click, though. Click, he's got a few cars to deal with here. Carson Pittman, David Smith Jr. Oh boy, that was, the angle made it look like he almost got into the back of the 4. Oh, and David Smith Jr. kind of moving around there a little bit. Oh boy, careful. Back to the, oh, and Smeal is in the wall and just scraping the wall. That was a little advantageous there for Kevin Click. He was able to take advantage of David Smith Jr. having to gather that car up. Gap now almost half a second between Ken Baum Jr. and Dylan Hastings, who's gotten ahead of the 96 and Michael Zuver. Zuver's still ready to battle. He's right down there on the inside, trying to take a look here, see if he can get past the number 1. And looks like he'll do it too. And Hastings doesn't have an answer for that. See who's behind him. Now he's got a nice gap between him and Kevin Click, but Michael Zuber definitely got that position. Man, these guys are coming off turn 2. Ugh. Sometimes it looks like they're really having to turn that wheel to keep that thing off the wall. You do some hard battling, like I said, are your tires going to be able to put up with that for very long? Oh, Hastings, he blinked out on us there for a moment. Man, I tell you, poor David Salter, he's still on pit road, and maybe he decided to just park it. William Brown also, he's still on pit road, and you know, he might have just retired the car because he's not even in the car right now. So, and it may be so much repair time, might as well get up and stretch your legs and go take a break. Look back towards the back of the top 10. Stan Mayberry, he's still in that 10th position. Boy, he's right there with Robbie Bice battling to get that 9th spot. Trying to see if he can make that happen. The door-to-door as they cross the stripe there, going down to turns 1 and 2. Robbie Bice not wanting to give up that 9th position. Stan Mayberry trying all he can. Matthew Fitz having a nice battle with Kyler McCarthy. And we do have a few folks that are not in playoff contention, making their presence known. Dylan Hastings, definitely one of them in that 2nd position. And then we have Michael Zuber back in the 6th spot. And then Robbie Bice started on pole, currently running in the 9th position. So proof here, even if you did not make it to the playoffs, it may not have been by much. Because these guys, all these guys have tracks that they're just going to be naturally good at, whether it's a favorite track or it just suits their driving style, and they're able to get the most out of their machinery. Hastings now almost a full second behind your leader there, Ken Baum Jr. He starts lap 92. We're inching closer and closer to the conclusion of this event here. And now I'm starting to wonder, are we gonna, you know, like we did last week, you know, they have 3 green, white checker attempts. Will they have to use one? Because a lot of these guys look pretty well spaced out here. I mean, some of them are having some close battles, but there's so much room to run, and that in itself kind of helps against the chance of some folks getting together, unless they just themselves get into the wall and take themselves out. So yeah, there is a chance, knock on wood, that this could go to the checkered flag, even from this point here. We got somebody down on pit road. I think it's number 5 there, Ryan Broderick, making his way down. Now he's not in contention for the win here tonight. 24th position, and he's right now. He's well, he may be. He was less than 25 laps down, but he may be losing a couple here on the green flag pit stop. Tires and fuel going in at number 5. Left side's going on. Let's see, where's my pit lane? There we go. He got a 15.6 second stop there on his way now. And there goes the field going by. So he lost at least 1 lap on that stop. But nice, good, clean pit stop, no problems. Nobody else right now is looking like they're gonna come in and pit anytime soon. But definitely could be the case where you might see more green flag pit stops. 25 laps to go now. And Ken Baum Jr. continues to lead the gap now just about 1.4 seconds. So as they race along, we'll go ahead and take another quick break here from our sponsors. We will be right back. You're watching the Full Throttle Next Gen Sim Racing Series here on Rice Motorsports TV.
How are you doing tonight, man?
Hey, I'm talking here. You know who you're talking to? Macho Man! On my way to Monday Night Raw.
Terribles, Port Royal Speedway. Got Devin Borden with us.
Keen Motorsports Shop here with Kyle Keen.
Sitting here with Sean Keen. We're going to talk a little bit about racing history.
Okay, we're back here, folks. 22 laps remaining. Jeremy's office in that 15th position. And, you know, all this time, still only 2 cars on pit road. And that would be William Brown and David Salter. Unfortunately, David got down on pit road right on lap 1, and such a shame. And I really thought he was going to get back out there, but unless he just decided to just not even worry about it, because we had a couple other folks. Well, Tyler Isley was on pit road, I think it was, and for a good little while, and he got back out there. Where is Tyler right now? He's running. He's in the 25th position. He's not in contention with the guys around him. A little further up the order, Stan Mayberry in that 13th spot. Now, he does have a few guys that are in the safe zone at the moment, but everybody else that's in the drop zone, David Smil Jr., Don DeGroot, Nick Cannon, are all ahead of him. So, you know, he's being helped in one way and not helped in another. David Smil Jr., the highest running driver that's in the drop zone at the moment. Nick Cannon, he's the second highest in that 9th position. And he's followed by Don DeGroot, so yeah, they're both running 9th and 10th now. Now 19 laps to go. Interesting, we have not seen anybody else come in and pit yet. This could be a bit of a chess match here. Look at Matthew Fitz battling for that 6th position. But 18 laps to go. Battling Dylan Hastings, Colin McCarthy right there behind them. And then you have Nick Cannon in that 9th spot. The gap now 0.8 of a second. Carson Pittman behind Ken Baum Jr. And you can see now there's him behind Baum there right in front of him. Now they last pitted on lap 65, so they've just about put 40 laps on these tires. Right now, they're both making, Ken Baum Jr., he's using every bit of that track. Dipping way down low and getting up to the wall. And the gap is 0.6 of a second. Could it be that Ken Baum Jr. is doing everything he can to try to just conserve those tires and, you know, have something to fight with at the end? Or is Carson Pittman kind of walking him down here? The gap was 0.8, now it's 0.6. Is it possible that the 4 could be catching him? Right now it's kind of stabilized at just over half a second. 15 laps to go. And boy, they're turning some. We see more guys coming down on pit road there. Lucas Nilges is down on pit road. He's the first he's the next driver to finally see enter pit road. Well, I tell you, these guys are the guys up the front. They're turning such fast laps. Look at how far back they left Kevin Click and the rest of the field. They're just like in a totally different class here. Making, getting the most out of their tires here at Kansas. And, I think Carson Pittman is just running down Ken Baum Jr. 14 laps to go. That's an interesting number of laps. Make it 13 as they cross the stripe. Is he going to keep this pressure up for 13 more laps? Do you even dare to pit? I don't, they may have to commit to this all the way to the end. Now look at Ken Baum Jr. getting a little squirrely as he came off of turn 2. And Carson Pittman is going to try to race right on by. I think he might get him. He's fighting him on the high side there. He's come out of turn 4 and he gets loose and into the wall. Ken Baum Jr. hangs on to it, but Carson Pittman is your new leader here with 12 laps remaining. Ken Baum Jr., he might have killed his tires now, trying to stay ahead of Carson Pittman. Pittman already in the safe zone, but Kevin Click was the one that was right behind Ken Baum Jr. in the standings. Where is Kevin Click? He's still a little ways back now. He's there. He's 1.7 seconds though between him and Ken Baum Jr. Question is, does he have the pace to catch him? I'm wondering, let's see, do I have my, I don't know if I have the thing set up on this layout for the lap time comparisons. Let me look and see. Let me bring that up, see if it'll show up. Oh, there we go. Yeah, okay. What I need to do is I'm gonna turn that info banner off there so you can see it. There we go. And look at Pittman. He's clearly quicker than Kevin Click. Wait a minute, what's going on here? Did Ken Baum Jr. Is he running? Oh no, what happened? Where did he go? What happened to Ken Baum Jr.? Did he lose his connection? I was going to start comparing lap times between them, and there's no Ken Baum Jr. Wow. What? Okay. And I always say, things can happen so quickly here. You know what? I'm going to jump on 9 laps remaining. I think maybe let's see if he lost his connection. Where is, I'm going to click on his car and I'm going to go back a lap. Now there he is. This is like from a lap ago. We'll see if he he might have wrecked and just jumped to the pits. I don't see a report where he jumped to the pits. You see him getting squirrely again. That car is those tires are just cooked. Oh, and there he is right there. I think his connection just went on him, folks. And, yep, I think let's take it back live here. And, yep, we may have lost Ken Baum Jr. Because right now he's showing in the 21st position. So that's if it was a connection thing, boy, that is a shame there. Kevin Click in that second spot, but you can see that Carson Pittman, well, from laps 109 to 112, definitely quicker than Kevin Click. Click was only faster on lap 113 there, the previous lap. And comparing him to in that last lap, now you can see where Pittman was quicker. More folks coming down on pit road. Not sure who that is. Oh, that's Ken Baum Jr. Ooh, okay. He must have just got back into the server, perhaps, and he's making his way off of pit road. Boy, 22nd position. And oh, Ken Baum, you can see his car is still blinking terribly. He's 5 laps down, so definitely out of contention for any kind of a chance of a win here tonight. 5 laps to go. There's Carson Pittman. The gap is just about 3 seconds. Kevin Click in that second position. Carl Fitz, I'm sorry, not Carl, but Matthew Fitz. Boy, the driver that is on the bubble doing what Bill Hales did last week, having an excellent run, trying to get himself up into the safe zone, 4 laps remaining. And man, he is pouring on the coal here, trying to catch Kevin Click there. And there's his dad, Carl Fitz, in the 18 machine as his son whizzes on by there. Oh, caution. And oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. No, my goodness. Michael Zuver. What happened to Mike? Damage on the right front of the number 96. It seems like he might have been the only one involved here. Let's go back and take a look. 3 laps remaining. Boy, that caution came out in right where it's going to trigger a green-white checker situation. Now, there he is, a 72 David Smil Jr. right up ahead of him. Oh, I think he's about to push right up into the 72, maybe the wall. Yeah, he tried to stay out of it, but he got up there, and Smil, he couldn't get woed down, but so quickly. Touched that right rear, got him turned around. Not much you could do about that. And I think it was just his tires going away, and he wasn't planning on getting that close to the wall at all. He's still running, though. All your leaders down on pit road. Here they come for, man, this is going to be a shootout to the finish. Oh, boy. Just what you want to see at the end of the race here for sure. Pittman in his pit box, tires and fuel going in. You know he's going to get, well, maybe not, may not need fuel, definitely getting a fresh set of the good years. They only had the 4 sets to work with. That's what they've been running here in the playoffs, just run 4 sets of tires every race. And when he exits, right now he is, let's see where he comes out at. This will be interesting. Everything is, all the guys are on pit road. Yep, he does come out, comes out in the lead. Kevin Click's right there. Matthew Fitz right where they were when they came in. 1, 2, 3. David Smil Jr. will exit in that 4th spot, followed by Kyler McCarthy and Dylan Hastings. Then we have Bill Hales. Good to see Bill back up there. He just got himself off the bubble. Matthew Fitz may be joining him in the safe zone tonight if they can stay right up there towards the front, stay in this top 10 here. They've got Jaden Bingaman right behind them. Don DeGroot in that 9th position. And we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We had 6 other drivers that are right now in the safe zone. That's going to change. There's going to be a big shakeup in the points after tonight, guaranteed, folks. Chris Lynn, he's in the 12th position. Other guys that are right now in the safe zone, Jimmy Barr back in the 19th position. Ken Baum Jr., I don't know if he had connections, but he's back up there, but he's in the 22nd position. He's looks like he's in front of the leader, so he'll get a wave around with 1 to go. And then Tyler Isley, he had problems early on in the race, and William Brown, who remains on pit road. So they'll be getting these cars that are in front of them. They'll be getting the wave around when they get the one to go. All right, folks. This who knows? And it might end here. And as we get the one to go. We'll take a quick break and get ready for the what could be the conclusion of the race here tonight. You're watching the Full Throttle Performance Next Gen Sim Racing Series here on Rice Motorsports TV. Okay, folks, here we are. This is for all the marbles here. Making their way down the backstretch. This is green-white checker attempt number 1. They had 3 of them. The race could be over this time around. We will see what happens. Now making their way. Everybody's there, ready to get going. Pace car pulls down on the pit road. Waiting for that green flag. We got the green flag, green-white checker attempt. Here we go, folks. 3 laps to go. Now make it 2 as they cross the stripe. Carson Pittman and Kevin Click. A golden opportunity for Kevin Click to jump right into the lead, and it's probably going to happen anyway, possibly. It depends on where these two are in relation to each other in the points. Click was only 7 points behind Ken Baum Jr. Ken's out of it point competition-wise right now. Kevin Click moving. He's got a nose ahead. They'll be racing to the white flag. Him and Carson Pittman. Pittman got a nose ahead. Matthew Fitz, Dylan Hastings almost come together. White flag is in the air. Final lap. Carson Pittman now breaking free of Kevin Click. Matthew Fitz is not done. He's being challenged. There's David Smil Jr. coming up on the outside of the number 3. I don't think they'll be able to catch Click in time. Click's definitely not going to catch Carson Pittman. Coming out of turn 4, coming to the checkered flag. It's going to be Carson Pittman, Kevin Click, Matthew Fitz, David Smil, your top 4 there. The win here tonight for the number 4, Carson Pittman. Boy, it made it very interesting there at the end, I must say. And they got it done in 1. How about that, folks? Carson Pittman, your winner here tonight at Kansas. And good to see him. Boy, he's been up there battling for some wins and stuff, and we see him battling last year. And got that W here tonight. Congratulations to Carson Pittman. Let's go ahead and there's Carson right there. We'll go ahead and move him up to the interview queue. And then we'll grab Kevin Click and Matthew Fitz. Fitz got on the podium there. How about that? Where is Kevin at? Let's go find Kevin real quick. And there's Kevin right there. And we'll move him on up. Matthew's up there already, so we're going to go ahead and jump down there with him. Okay, folks, we're down here with your top 3. Carson Pittman, Kevin Click, and Matthew Fitz. Hey, Carson, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got you.
Man, I tell you, great race there tonight, man. Congratulations on that win.
Appreciate it.
Man, what'd you think of the race out there? I know you were probably glad to get those fresh Goodyears at the end so you could just really go for it, huh?
Yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd stay green. I had a pretty good lead. I didn't think anybody would be able to catch me at that point, but I was a little nervous getting the caution at the end, but it worked out.
10-4, man. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, whole Mopar team, Robbie, Bill, David.
10-4, man. Well, congratulations, and we'll move on to the final race of the round of 16. We'll see you next week.
Sounds good. Thanks.
Hey, Kevin, you got a copy? Uh-oh. Mic check.
Oh, he's not in here, actually. That's Chris Lynn. Where's Kevin?
Oh, I grabbed the wrong. Oh, my bad. Okay. I grabbed. Sorry, Chris. How you doing, buddy?
Kevin's in here now.
There he is. Yeah, just hang out, Chris. You're cool. Yeah, Kevin, you got a copy.
Yeah, I got you, Tony.
10-4, man. Hey, well, I think you were like 7 points behind Ken Mom Jr. Man, he must have had a connection issue or something. He just blinked out there or something at the end. And I have to go back and look and see where you were in relation to Carson in the points, but that might have pushed you right up to the top there tonight.
Yeah, we'll see how it shakes out here, and getting ready for Bristol. You never know what's going to happen at that place. So I feel like I got a pretty good cushion to the cutoff spot as of this point. So feel pretty good about my chances making it into the next round with 2 second places. So just got to try to get a win here at some point. So I didn't have anything for Ken, and Carson came on late in that run, right there at the end, and was able to get by both of us. But it's a tough break for Ken to get dropped like that. He's had some issues all season long here or there that have been outside of his control. So hopefully he gets those figured out for the rest of the playoffs here and gets it where it should be. So
absolutely, man. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, everybody at Turn 2 Terribles, everybody at Brent Mark's esports team, just thanks for all the hard work and everything that everybody puts into this every week, and thanks to Robbie and the crew for putting on the league, and you for broadcasting this thing, Tony. Appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. You guys, you never fail to disappoint, man. You start wondering, maybe we won't get a green, white checker. You guys are like, no, we can't deprive them of that. We got to give it to them, man. So another exciting finish, man. Congratulations. Go enjoy that P2 finish. We'll see you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, Matthew, you got a copy.
Yes, sir.
Man, I tell you, you was on the bubble, and just like Bill Hales last week, you said, okay, yeah, I see what Bill did. I'm gonna do that too. Getting yourself up out of the danger zone for the time being anyway, and a great way to do it, man. Congratulations on that P3 finish.
Right, thanks. I've struggled all season, just keep getting caught up in wrecks and stuff. I managed to make the playoffs, took a junked car across the finish line last week, got decent, kind of got myself on the bubble. I just knew I needed a good finish. I had a fast car. I was just trying to take care of my tires and everything. I was hoping for the long run. I was never going to catch Carson, but I was hoping to get Click because he started falling off and making some mistakes here and there, but he's still quick. But as soon as that caution came out, my car was not fast on the fast run. I was giving it everything it could. I think I threw a couple moves on some people that they probably didn't appreciate, and they might remember that later on as the playoffs progress. But hopefully it doesn't bite me in the ass too bad. I like coming up here talking to you, P3. I'm happy with that. Yeah, man. Anybody you want to give a shout out to? Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, you for putting this on, Robbie and everybody. We try and put on a good league. We, really appreciate everybody coming out and racing every week with us. It can get frustrating sometimes. It's racing. We all put a lot of passion into it, but a lot. Everybody that comes out, they make the league. We really appreciate it. So, I want to thank them. I want to thank my team. I want to thank my dad. Everybody they're really supportive. They're kind of coaching me along. We had unfortunate luck this week with a lot of guys on our team, but at least I could pull one off. I'm pretty sure Ryan did pretty well too. So still not bad overall for a team. Absolutely, man. Well, congratulations again, and we will see you for that final round of the round of 16, final race of the round of 16. We'll see you next week. All right, sounds good. Later, Tony. Good now. Okay, folks. Well, wow, that will do it there for us tonight. And let's go ahead and let's take a look at the finishing results here. Bring those up for you.
tonight's race. And Carson Pittman, your winner. Kevin Click second. Matthew Fitz, I'll get it right here in a minute, in the third spot. David Smith Jr. fourth. Dylan Hastings fifth. Colin McCarthy in the sixth position. Bill Hale seventh. Ryan Sword eighth. Jaden Bingham in ninth. And Jeremy Zarfos ended up in the 10th position. And then we go ahead and I'll scroll down so you can see where your favorite driver ended up in the race there. And I think we only had maybe 2 retirements, perhaps, and almost had a third one, but it looks like he was able to get back in there. And Ken Baum Jr. hold on to at least finish the race. But now it's time to move on to the next one, folks, and that will be at Bristol, the final race of the round of 16. So you won't want to miss that. Don't forget to hit like, share, subscribe, click that notification bell so you'll know every time we go live. So for all of us here, we want to wish you a pleasant evening.